Now, a $500 billion sword is hanging over the Pentagon. Automatic cuts in defense spending, cuts to the Pentagon budget, scheduled to take place unless Democrats and Republicans agree to do something else. But getting the two parties to agree on anything in Capitol Hill these days, not so easy. The impact of those cuts would extend far beyond the Pentagon. A recent study found 1 million people are likely to lose their jobs in this country if the cuts go through as planned. Those include 400,000 factory workers, up to 50,000 jobs in health and education at risk. In Pennsylvania, a key battleground state, 78,000 workers could be out of a job next year if those cuts actually go through. Joining us now in Washington, someone who has studied this issue probably more than he would like, the mayor of Phoenix, Greg Stanton. Mayor Stanton, you've got a fair amount of especially aeronautical defense industry in your city, right?
Correct. Defense and aerospace is a tremendous employer in our region. It's a high-wage employer, so not only have a high number of jobs, but the right kind of jobs that you want to build an economy. And if sequestration takes effect, if Washington can't get together, Republicans and Democrats can't get together, it will have a devastating impact on our local economy and a devastating impact on our national economy. We may go back into recession. That's exactly the wrong step for our country to take right now.
Well, a lot of people, maybe a lot of politicians, think that, oh, the Pentagon has plenty of money. All you have to do is drop a few weapons systems. You can maybe, cut a brigade or two from the Army, and poof, you've got $500 billion in cuts. You think it's not that simple?
It is absolutely not that simple, and in fact, sequestration affects the Defense Department and all of their contractors, including the aerospace industry, but it also impacts the federal government across the board. These cuts that would be taken would be felt by human service providers, it would be felt in transportation, it'll be felt in border patrol workers, etc. So yes, the defense industry has kind of gotten their message out a little ahead of the other areas that we care about. But this will affect all of us, and it's important to note that sequestration is not just regular budget cuts. We all know that the federal government has to decrease the size of the federal budget. But this was never meant to be public policy. It was meant to motivate Congress to get together and reach compromise. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked, and we are up against the clock. These cuts will go into effect on January 3rd. And so defense and aerospace would take 1 million jobs, but the other areas would also take 1 million jobs. The total impact on our national economy would be 2 million jobs. It would uptick the unemployment rate by 1.5%, send this economy back into a recession. Again, I represent a city that got hammered during the recent recession. We are coming out of it. We're going strong. We're building a stronger economy. We're adding jobs to our economy. Our city budget's doing better. Sequestration would be the wrong step, and that's why mayors across the country are telling our friends in Congress, get to the bargaining table. Don't wait till after this election. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. Get to the bargaining table, reach resolution, reach compromise, do the right thing for the American people.
Well, we heard from A.B. Stoddard at the top of the hour that she doesn't believe that there is going to be any resolution to this mess until after the election. Maybe the morning after they'll start talking about it. But, Mr. Mayor, we hope that they come to some agreement, because those kinds of numbers are pretty scary. 1 million, maybe 2 million people potentially unemployed. Thank you.
These are people's jobs and their families. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We'll be right back.